o'clock, or sorry, that's noon for you guys, 1 o'clock for me, pardon me. Let's call this meeting to order. Will everybody rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, guys, welcome everybody to this daytime edition of the board meeting. Do I have a motion to adopt today's agenda?
I move to adopt the agenda.
I second.
All right, moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, do we have any public comment today, guys?
No. Sir.
Okay. Moving on to my favorite part, the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Approve. All right, any questions on the consent agenda? Oops, sorry, Sean. You went into sharing mode. There we go. Were there any questions from this meeting's consent agenda?
I don't think so.
Nope.
All right,
Advisory.
I will. Yep.
Student advisory.
Student advisory vote. Johanna Lee, do you have any questions or anything to add to the consent agenda? No questions. So would you like to provide your advisory vote on yes or no on the consent agenda, or yay or nay?
Yay.
Okay, thank you. And all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All right. All right, moving on to reports. Mr. Ramos. Welcome and thank you.
Thank you. All right. Cool. All right. Well, thank you. Good evening, or I'm used to saying good evening. Well, good afternoon. Yeah, it's a busy day. As you guys can see, we have lots of families here. It's also our field day. And what better day to do a board report than on field day, right? And see the true colors of Mountain View Elementary. That's all about fun. So we're excited. Yeah. So, right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's finish strong. So, again, about Mountain View Elementary, obviously, you know, we're all about prioritizing safety, respect, and belonging in our building. You know, our approach is always rooted on trauma, being trauma informed, using restorative practices, and just ensuring that, you know, those relationships come before making corrections. I mean, that's something that we've always strive for here at Mountain View. And I do believe that if we don't have that in place, we can't really hit the academic piece of things. So, and not just with kiddos, but also, as you can see, with families, anybody who comes into the building. I don't know if you guys felt, I'm sure you guys felt welcome as you walked into the building. So that's something we really strive for here at Mountain View. Our school, this year we served about 278 students, with over 81% of them qualifying for free and reduced. Again, half of our student population are identified as multilingual learners. And again, our dedicated team of 25 or 22 certificated staff members really do work tirelessly to serve all of our students. And if you look at our STAR data there, we are very proud to show that we, you know, from fall to spring this year, we've had 63% of our students have showed typical to high growth when it comes to the math assessment, STAR assessment. We really focused on having those academic discourse moves in place in the classroom. We've hit some, just math has been one of our biggest pieces to really ensure that our students are getting the support that they need. Again, our multilingual learners, we've had 22% of them show typical to high growth, and 19% of our students with IEPs. Obviously, there's a lot more room for growth there, and we are definitely working tirelessly to ensure that our students show growth in that area too. Again. When it comes to our ELA scores for the STAR, again, all students fall to spring 57%. So typical to high growth, which is again, well over half. Again, lots of work to do. Same with our multilingual learners and students with IEPs. And if you look at the back side of that flyer or report, one of our big, our growth has been really supported by our targeted initiatives, like our Math Boost program. So this was an after-school program that we provided for students 3rd through 5th grade. What we did is we looked at kiddos that needed, that were in that red that needed intensive intervention when they came to the assessment to start last year. And we really used those students to really target them and bring them into the after-school program. We had 3 certificated teachers in there who came in and really dove in and support our students with academic vocabulary, just foundational skills, really focused on math. And if you look at some of our data there, we had students, 100%, most of our students jumped from that intensive intervention to that next level, which was huge. And these are kiddos that we had at least an 80% attendance rate for the after-school program, for the master program. So it was huge. Our multilingual learners also were present, demonstrated high growth. We still have some preliminary scores when it comes to the WIDA, but it sounds like we have 5 kiddos that exited the English proficiency assessment, and we have about 13 others that are in or 9 others that we're just waiting for those scores when it comes to the SBA to see if they met that benchmark in order for them to pass or exit the WIDA or the multilingual learner category.
Do you see more students that could be benefiting from that?
Absolutely. So we're hoping to offer this thinking K through 5 next year, hopefully. Identifying kiddos that really need that intensive support. But this was just like, I mean, first year, try it out, see how it went, and like I said, huge success. We had a lot of our families who just appreciated. I mean, they saw some of the growth, not just in the math piece, but also just, our family, our teachers really focused on some cell work in there as well, helping kiddos get along, just really helping out with some of those management skills as well, when it comes to their behavior. But yeah, I definitely feel that more of our kiddos can definitely help. The hardest part is getting some of our staff to stay a couple hours after school after a long day. A lot of our students, we have to make it very hands-on, play-based, interactive. And again, the kiddos that were present, I mean, really did enjoy it. They got their snack before they started the program. And yeah, there's a picture of Mrs. Perry there with the 2 kiddos who, there was some games involved. And again, very math focused, trying to get kids to open up, to explain their reasoning. That was a big push for that. We did a lot of number talks throughout the year and really focused on that aspect or that strategy during Math Boost, especially for those kiddos that needed more of that smaller group setting where they were able to open up and share or explain their reasoning. Another big piece that we're proud of is our student council. We do have a couple kiddos here that are with us today that I want them to share about their experiences in student council. But again, it's been one of those things that giving our kiddos voice and choice, the amount of activities that were planned and getting that buy-in from kids too. I think that's huge. A lot of today's event, for example, was planned by our student council. We had some awesome celebrations with our staff where they had a red carpet. And I don't want to take these kids' thunder, but again, I want to have these guys come up here. Joel and Neymar coming up here, guys.
Good afternoon. My name is Joe Hernandez and I'm a proud member of the Mountain View Student Council. I joined Student Council because I wanted to help make our school a better place. I like helping others and I thought it would be a fun experience to come up with ideas to make school more exciting for everyone. Like how I made the soccer tournament with some friends. And being a board of student council has helped me learn how to be a better leader, how to speak up, and how to work as a team with others, like name here. It's been a great experience, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity that Ms. Ferris and Mr. Ramos came up with the idea.
What grade are you in, bud?
Fit.
Okay.
So you're going into sixth grade?
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Neema Martinez Hello, my name is Neema Martinez. I'm the student body president and I serve our student council. This year we helped lead morning announcements, supported assemblies, and helped plan Spirit Week and even helped out TK through second grade classrooms and during lunch recess. We have also planned a Teacher of the Year Awards assembly and helped organize a cleanup crew to keep our school clean. One of my favorite parts was helping plan fun events like Field Day and encouraging students to follow our PBIS expectations. I'm proud of the work we've done and how we've helped bring more fun and school spirit to Mountain View.
Any questions for student council?
So you're going into sixth grade, which
Both
means
of us.
you're both going into sixth grade, so did you have a say in helping recruit who might be your next replacements in the student council for next year?
I don't think so.
You don't have a say at
They always do it every year, like
the beginning.
it's like a sign-up sheet, like if you want to. Yeah.
We've thought about getting these guys ready to roll and helping out with them. The sooner the better, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, those extra
job done.
tips for.
Yeah.
I took a lot of that class.
Well, in just this public speaking piece, we've talked about that. It's not easy being up here in front of a crowd, right? So that's one of the skills that we've been teaching our kiddos, to go up in front. I mean, they lead assemblies, Starshine assemblies, they go up and they, it's been amazing to see these guys grow, just, this small amount of time. So, and they're ready to roll for ASB or student council at the middle school. It sounds like they're really looking forward to that too. Start them young. That's what I was thinking.
So I have a question.
Yes.
What's one thing you guys have learned by being part of student council?
Oh, by working with other kids.
Working with others
Working with others,
Yeah.
one thing.
on leadership.
Okay. Very cool.
You talked a little bit about how you started off in the year, rather.
Yeah, started off the year not making some good choices. I got suspended once.
Sure have,
Yeah.
It's good to see that 180, you know?
After a while, after I got suspended and after making some bad choices, I decided to join student council. And then I joined before I made those decisions. So after I went through all of that, getting in trouble, I decided to leave. But then Miss Ferris came and told us if you still want to do it, and I told yeah, I still want to do it, and turns out I'm the new vice president of the school.
And a great role model for kiddos. I mean, he's out there supporting our students and they go into the classrooms, TK through second grade. They're serving as mentors, they're helping our little ones. It's just been amazing. Great job, gentlemen. Good job, that's my
I'll just say as Joel's parent, I'm super proud of being here. We aligning our family and Neymar, I've seen him grow up playing soccer, so very cool. To see the next generation of leaders in action.
That's good job, guys. That's right.
All right, where are we? All right, so STEAM night. So again, every family event that we've had over the last few years that I've been here, I mean, it's just very well attended. We really, again, take pride in having our families in and just sharing the building and everything that we have here with them as far as resources. STEAM nights, very hands-on. We always have big events. We usually get about 150 families show up. We have them sign in just so we can kind of have a list of who comes in. But yeah, just STEAM activities. They just again love coming in and hanging out with us. Those are just some pictures of some of the different events that we had here in place. St. Patrick's Day, we had the little leprechaun traps. We had a big literacy night / STEAM night where we had the little fake campfire there. But yeah, just lots of events. Again, like I mentioned, our field day today, lots of families coming in and just joining the kids and just being transparent. This is who we are, and you're welcome to come in and be part of the fun. So And speaking of fun and being proud, state of recognition school. So I am very excited and you know, and I did share this with staff. They were so excited to see all that hard work that goes on to every single day. We were recognized by the Washington State School Recognition Program. I believe there was only 16% of schools in the state and 16 in our region. And we had 3 in the district, which is awesome. And we're just proud to be one of those. And again, it's all focused on it's closing gaps, so making progress when it comes to ELA and math state assessments, and also on multilingual learner progress. So again, very proud of that recognition. But yeah, that is, I mean, those are just a few things. I did add a template in there. I know that last year we talked a little bit about our zone recess and how we piloted that whole piece and just the number of referrals. We really focused this year on bringing that number down, being more trauma informed, supporting our kiddos on making good choices. If you look at the Swiss data here, and again, this is what we use to track our behavior at school, track the referrals. Last year, everything in light green there and green is last year's numbers, and everything in blue is this year. So the average referrals per day, I mean, cut in half. If you look at the referrals by location, the playground was the big one last year. If you look at that, I mean, we were way up there, over 100. To date, we have about 40. I mean, that is just, you know, and again, the next page, referrals by behavior, physical aggression was way up there with over 120. This year, we're at 40 of them. So, I mean, huge shift. A big piece, a big portion of the support wasn't just the zone recess. It really does help the parents kind of be more aware of where our kiddos are. Kiddos' behavior, I mean, they're working together as teams, but also our counselor does an amazing job of connecting with those kiddos that need that extra support. We do accountability circles. We've done attendance circles just to get our kiddos to understand why that behavior is not okay, and then changing the behavior rather than just being punitive. So this has been a huge success for us. The other page is also injuries. So the injuries also went way down compared to last year. I had Mr. Schutzman kind of put a little report there for us, but I mean, from last year we had 74 incident referrals. That went down to 42 as of this year. So again, less injuries, less referrals. And again, that's something we're really proud of here at Mountain View. We're really, you know, looking at the whole child and again, working or having our students and staff work together on solving problems and finding ways to self-regulate. That makes sense. Any questions?
You mentioned absenteeism.
Yes.
Do you mind speaking on that? Like, how is your school doing, or maybe how parent engagement has helped, or the counseling interventions you've proposed? Like, do you mind just talking about that in general?
Yeah, so we've had a few students who do have chronic absenteeism. So what we do is we bring them in. We have an attendance agreement that we usually sit down with them. We always start off by just reaching out. My office staff does a really good job at reaching out and saying, hey, so and so has been out for the last 2 days. Is there anything we can do? We really miss them at school. The next call, I always have them mention, oh, Mr. Ramos is wondering about so-and-so. Hey, is there anything we can do to support you guys? If it becomes an issue, then I usually reach out. The parent, obviously the teachers are always doing their part as well. But we always bring them in, and it's framed around how can we support you. So we have an attendance agreement where it's more of an educational piece where I talk about Becca Bill, I talk about why it's important to be at school. We talk about just different pieces as to why they need to come to school and also offer any supports. We have a couple kiddos who they themselves set an alarm clock. So our counselor actually went and purchased a couple little alarm clocks for the kiddos, and that's been great. So not only is our dean working with the parent and the student, but also our counselor will pull the kiddos and have accountability circles with other kids that may have attendance issues. And we talk about why is it important to come to school? What are some things that are going on at school? Where are, you know, just conversations about that. And that's really helped a lot of the kiddos for a lot of them, it's not really the kids. I mean, they try to do their best, but you have kids that come in at the middle of the day and they have this huge smile, and we just acknowledge them when they're here. We're like, hey, you made it. Just know, and we know who our kiddos are that have autism. So just making them aware that we know, making sure the parents are aware. It's always about intervening, helping them out before we hit, you know what, you're going to court or any of that stuff. I would just try to be supportive as much as we can, because again, everybody's fighting from that. So it's on a case by case, I would say.
I think the reason I mentioned it is, and I apologize, I should know the district boundary, but your school is uniquely placed when you have one of the 4 like avenues for getting access directly into the schools where they have to cross. So, by chance, do you know if it goes across a railroad or is that the boundary?
Part of it does go across.
Yeah.
It goes through across.
It's the apartments behind Les Schwab, all the way
Yeah.
up, yeah.
Yeah, they're all across.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have a pond right there.
Yeah.
But there's no bus that picks them up like on C Street. They walk.
No,
They're-
they cross.
So that avenue is just so significant, but I do want to give kudos to the walkers that are helping the students. I see them in the morning. Everything seems to be quite calm and controlled, which is really nice. But
Thank you.
I was thinking about this one.
Thank you.
So where do you see the biggest opportunities for improvement?
Definitely our multilingual learners and students with disabilities. I think just continuing that, that intensive support for them. Definitely getting more of our families to come and be part of our parent volunteer committees. I think that's the biggest piece. A lot of our parents are busy, especially in the springtime. So definitely that's something we really want to continue to work on. And I take advantage of opportunities like this to go and meet families and encourage them to be part. They want to help out with certain things. And a lot of times our families are, when they hear parent volunteer, like, I don't want to commit to that, so we try to. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We do have lunches for you guys. Yeah, it's just trying to get our families. We've been using Sign Up Genius, which is an app that we can use to have parents just sign up for certain events. So we don't have to sign up for everything. But it's also letting them know that they have a voice in this building as well. So inviting them when we're making those decisions as far as I know I had some parents that were wondering about attendance and IEPs and how that works. So we're working on trying to establish some workshops for families. So they can come in and then we can have a few sessions on some of those topics. That's in the works for next year. But yeah, definitely, I would say those are probably the top pieces there. And yeah, if my job is to make sure my staff is able to support our kiddos. So just any PD that would support our students with highest needs, I think would be a priority for sure. Any other questions? And I do apologize for the attire again, it's field day, and I try to not get wet before the meeting.
Well, I won't turn my camera on so you don't feel bad, man. You look great. Thank you. Thank you so much. I always appreciate your time.
Awesome, thank you, guys.
Thank you for hosting us.
And if it's okay, can we be dismissed? to go out there?
Sure.
Feel
Please
free
do.
to join us for field day. If you guys want to go out there, maybe get wet or just run around and hang out, you guys are more than welcome to join us. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Fellas, you guys did awesome. Good job.
Great job.
Yes.
All right, Allison, we have a graduation follow-up report.
Oh, it is written.
Oh, is it a written report? I can read.
Oh, it should have been, but wasn't written on there.
Okay, so well, next superintendent
It'll be on
report,
there for
please.
It'll be on there for 2 weeks.
Okay,
No, that's well. But thank you, Casey and Anna, for attending our graduation ceremony. And congrats to you, Yali!
congratulations.
One of the 190.
Okay, so Dr. Bergman, superintendent report.
Mine is going to be very brief. We are working on all things to close out the school year. So just again, had a wonderful graduation ceremony. Really appreciate all the time and effort that goes into that from the tech team, maintenance, QHS team, the student volunteers that are there. It's a lot of organization that goes into such wonderful event. It was very special, and the choir and band was great. The weather was uncomfortable and hot, but I wish this. What's up? Yes, we did have for some. I personally checked in with both of the people impacted, and they were okay, thankfully. But I know the high school is exploring an alternative date for next year, possibly. They came back to a Friday at 7, so, but it's in the early stages of it. But once we get there, we'll make sure you guys are looped in. But really, the main thing that we have going on is just trying to get across the finish line to June 11th. And I just want to thank also our staff, our students, families, for it really was a successful school year. It was a great year. So couldn't have done it without everybody chipping in and moving in the same direction. So thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you, sir. And for board leadership, I'll just kind of cover what we talked about during board leadership this week. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry, Johanna. Gosh.
I'm leaving, I know. For the student report, again, how much for the just closing off and wrapping things up. We approved all of these budgets on Friday, and we were submitting them to the office, for approval and processing them. Our ESPN leadership are working hard on plans for the beginning of the school year. And that includes a spirit weeks, senior night. They're already 5 steps ahead. They're planning for what's coming in October, September. And then I think lastly, we wanted to kind of celebrate all the things that we did in the past 2 months. We did have one of our first senior trips in a long time. We went to Sly Waters. It was successful. I think we had about, I want to say, about 100 students, maybe around there.
How many?
100 students, around there, yeah. So we consider it pretty successful. A lot of students don't need to participate, things like that. We had 2 buses, 2 students, bring them back. And so yeah, it was very successful. Again, our seniors did those plans for us, break. It was very well planned. It wasn't anything out of unorganized or crazy. It was very well done. All the seniors helped clean up after. And we also got free drinks from the lunch. So it was a good time. So yeah, that's kind of it. We're just wrapping up. I think we have a last week this week. I'm not sure. Maybe not. It's just 3 days. But yeah, that's what we have.
It's great. Awesome.
Sorry, helps if I unmute myself. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry. I got the consent agenda right. I did not mean to skip over you today. Just moving my errors down the agenda. I apologize, especially on this meeting of all. Thank you for all your time and all the effort you put into supporting us and being part of the board. We really appreciate it.
Thank
You set a great example for everybody else coming behind you.
Thank you.
And you're off the hook yet. Your last meeting was the 24th. So June. So it'd be great if you came.
Okay.
We have a pack for you and parts.
Yes, I'll be.
Whoops, sorry, I opened too many things on my computer. Okay, so now am I allowed to do the leadership report? Check me before I mess up again. Okay, great. So and please, Nick and Diana, please fill in anything I miss here. But during the leadership meeting, we covered we need to pass a resolution on the budget to amend the 24-25 school year budget. All of you should have seen that in the leadership report. If there's any further questions on that, please feel free to reach out or ask now. We talked about setting up the forward going with our first retreat as the board stands now, which will give us a 4-hour opportunity to have a more in-depth conversation about both our roles as board members, and then maybe take a deeper look into how our interactions with not just each other and Nick and the school district go, but also maybe define what school visitations and stuff look like as we would like to see them. And then additionally, we had a little bit of a conversation about the new House Bill 1296 regarding the Parents' Rights Initiative, and all of that changes for us. We will discuss that further here momentarily, but it's kind of the high level summation. Did I miss anything detail wise that you guys wanted to share?
Great.
Okay.
The retreat is 29th. We don't have a location yet. Any board members have any ideas of a good location? We met at the Lavender Farm before, but don't think Joe's running that out anymore. I've heard that they're taking out the lavender, which is too bad. But if you guys have any idea or any places that are a reasonable price range that you would like to go to for a retreat other than the district office, doesn't really have those retreat vibes as much as it's probably are. Yeah,
It is cost effective.
yeah, and it is cost effective. So the price point of the district office is cheap. So maybe mull over and where you would like to go, and we'll make that happen.
Okay. There's no further questions on any of that. We'll move on to policy reading of options, just a first reading, a policy revision summary and notes. Do we have any questions on the first reading?
I just have a question. It's absolutely necessary to ensure that, not discriminating our pregnant or parenting students. I just am wondering if it can't just be added, like that same language to like our non-discrimination policy, like versus it being separate, unless the state law requires it to be its own standalone. I'm not sure.
I can look into that. I know that there are going to be some changes to the discrimination language coming our way. Based on the Parents' Bill of Rights. I can look into that though. That's a really good question.
So just reading through it, it says because of the 2020 Title IX rules changes. So is this being driven by a federal rules change and not a state?
It's going back to the 2020.
Okay, so we're returning. I gotcha. Yeah, I tended to agree with Diana that if we can consolidate policies as much as possible, I think that's probably a good thing for clarity and access to the information.
I would imagine it might fall, I mean, and this is just my best guess, because you qualify for paid family medical under, I mean, I don't think I've never termed pregnancy as a disability, but that's where it falls under during that time. So I would imagine that's where that language would fall under, and then it would revert to this policy for more specific guidance. And that's what a lot of other policies do. It has the specific category and then more guidance within our policy and procedures. But I'll get more information on that.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about like our other students who are like on leave for medical reasons as well. Like, absolutely love the idea of it there being a grievance process that's clearly established, but also like what they can expect as far as their rights and responsibilities related to the same thing. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's all spelled out in board policy and procedure. And I think this is just a standalone because they have protected rights. For sure.
That differs.
Yes, because they have different accommodations that we need to allow.
Combination.
A combination due to the fact that they may be breastfeeding.
Nice.
Yeah. Or any complications that come along with the pregnancy. Or baby.
Okay. Thank you, Nick.
Does the policy even say that?
It's most likely in the procedure.
Oh, I see, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're taking it with.
Right. And there can never be a policy, like, for example, let's say it gets merged into like the non-harassment policy, but then there's two procedures going in the same policy.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a standalone.
So a policy requires its own procedure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the policies at high board, that's the municipal law of the district is the policy. And then the procedure is how we then implement that.
And there can be like a A-B procedure to one policy.
No, there's not, because they're all numbered differently.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. If there's no further discussion, we'll move on. Or any other questions? I don't believe we have any unfinished business today. New business. We do have the public statement on behalf of the board regarding the state's new law regarding the interaction between parents and the school districts and I guess both the parent and the children's rights, as you would say it. Do we have any discussions or amendments we want to make to the statement? Okay. So it is an action item. Do I have a motion to approve our statement?
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. How, just for my clarity, how are we gonna go about publishing this?
In all the possible ways.
No.
Yeah, Jessica's just waiting on standby. She has the letter ready to go and translate and put on letterhead, and then we'll put it out on our social media channels and then on our website as well. This
Okay,
is-
fantastic.
Thank you very much for
Yeah,
that.
you bet. Ready to go.
Thank you to all involved for composing and getting that push forward. Any requests for future topics or new information?
I have a question, sorry.
Yeah.
So that's.
Please, sorry.
For exactly, I read some of the points, but it's.
It was a kind of based on feedback we've gotten from the public. Regarding as far as where we might stand as a board publicly.
For regarding.
Regarding the HB 1296 and the Bill of Rights 5181, those things that talk about what the students are allowed to do and how involved the parents are allowed to be. And then transgender athletes involved, biological males involved in female sports. This just was really high traffic, I guess, high audience topics in the political world right now. And so a lot of parents have asked and community members have spurred conversation around those things. And we just thought it was time to make a statement as to where the school district board stands on.
And so that's like regarding, one of the parts is regarding the student, like trans and stuff. Oh,
Do you have any other questions?
no.
Okay. And sorry, board requests for future topics. Thank you, Hanley. I'm sorry for not asking you. All right, and then I guess we are into our executive session. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Everybody go enjoy field day for me, please.
Yes.
They're close.
What's your name?
And you all. Oh, right.
Really got to this already.
And so in the bill, there's 4 pages.
I lost.
That's right. There's 5 pages.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. And there's 13.